Good morning, WKRG News 5 Facebook fans. I'm News 5's Chad Petrie, and I'm out on a home that is right next to Saraland Elementary School. And so one of the things I want to show you with this, because I've been going all over trying to find kind of the highlights of the flooding damage here, and I found one home that appears to be really some of the worst that I've seen so far. Haven't seen many homes that were damaged by flooding inside. I mean, many homes got flooded with their water up to their lawns, in some cases maybe close to their back doors, but nothing to the level of what I've seen here. You know, I forgot the name of this street, but we are right next to Saraland Elementary School. One of the reasons why I wanted to start here is because the homeowners here, the renters here, say that one of the problems with the flooding here has to do with a retention pond. In fact, if I peek over the fence here, we can see it a little bit better. Yeah, you can see that retention pond there. They say that this retention pond eventually just filled up over its banks and then went this way, and their home is right next to that retention pond. So we're going to get a little bit closer here. Some family members have come by to kind of help out with this. But here is some of the more dramatic stuff that you can see. The water line of this vehicle right here. You can see how high the water got last evening. Really up, right up to this car's engine right here. Also, I'm joined by one of the people that was renting here last night. Ma'am, your name is Krystle Brandon, correct?
Yes.
Tell the folks what you saw last night.
When we pulled up, the water in that holding pond, the ditch right there next to the school was overflowing, and it come into the yard. I have pictures. It was up to my door and it was all flooded out into the yard. Mm-hmm. So they told us not to go in because the power was still on. But when we got here, the Chevrolet sign on my car, it was halfway up, and
I'm going to turn the camera around so we can see that a bit. So. All right, so the water was what, basically up to the Chevrolet sign?
It was right here. I could barely see it. Mm-hmm. And then my husband walked up. He was walking in waist deep up to the door. I can actually close the door and you can see the line.
Let's go into the house here and kind of talk about what we have out front here. You can see all this silt and debris on the front lawn. What is that from?
That's just from where it had flooded. It had flooded. It was just the whole yard. All this is from where it had flooded. The chairs were covered. You could see the line on the chairs where the water was stopped when it was raining before it started lowering.
Let's go into your home. This is the first time I've stepped in here so far. So when you got inside the home, what did you see?
This is when we first opened it last night, there was stuff floating everywhere in here coming to the door. So since the power was still on, they told us not to come in until this morning. And you can see the water lines on the walls. Okay,
yeah, I'm going to show that right there.
Even on the door.
That's the water line of the front door. So we're talking about on top of the small hill that your home is on top of the foundation right there. So
yeah, even on the door right here, you can see where the water was rising.
All right, we're going to step in. It's going to get a little bit darker here just to see this. I'm going to move around here.
Yeah, and that's all the stuff that had floated. And you can see the line right there.
Wow, this got to be at least a foot inside the house itself.
Yeah, well, it's that drainage ditch, and whenever all these yards around here is connected to that. So when that floods over and it has nowhere to go, it comes in our yard.
And has it ever gotten to be this bad?
No. The cops told us last night within an hour and a half we got to 5 to 6 inches of rain. I mean, there's still water standing.
Yeah, the light's not very good in here because you guys don't have power, but oh yeah, you can actually. I'm going to step back here. You can see the carpet sort of.
Even on the couch. See right here on the couch. Here, I'll turn my light on for you.
Here, let's open that door a little bit more to get a little bit more light in here.
You can see on the couch where the water had come up to in here. Mm-hmm. And on that one.
Tell me about just how far did the water get in? I mean, was this basically a foot of water in the entirety of the home?
In the entire house, my whole house flooded. I mean, it was the whole house. On my children's trampoline, you can see where the water level got up. On my children's trampoline in the backyard.
I'm going to head towards the back here, and also want to show again the water line here. Not as pronounced on the back door here, but you can see basically a foot and a half there on the back door.
Wash. See, you can see where it was all in here on the stove, the dishwasher, the refrigerator.
Oh yeah, you can see that right there.
And the whole house. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
We ended up having to call the fire department because it smelled like an electrical fire, so they could come turn off the electricity, so we wouldn't lose anything else.
All right, so we're going through basically the dead center of your home, and we're checking out the backyard now. Oh,
on
man.
The trampoline right there is where the water head was standing.
I'm going to get a little bit closer so people can kind of see that water line. We're looking at one of those backyards trampolines. I guess right up to here, right to the edge of the top of it, right there, right where the blue circle is. Is that about right?
Yes, that's where it was at.
All right, so if we're looking here, we're looking at basically in the backyard here. It got up to about 4 feet, roughly, in your backyard.
Yeah, I mean it was pretty much when we pulled up. I have pictures. So when we pulled up, I seen the cops sitting in front of our house because Shelter Beach Estates was flooded out. So I told my husband, I said, "Hurry up and let's get home so I can check on the house." And, I mean, just as soon as we pulled on the road, I seen the cop lights, and I said, "Oh, God, they're in front of my house." And the
Folks
pictures...
are asking where exactly we are. What road is this?
This is McHugh Avenue next to Saraland Elementary. They built that drainage ditch right there so it wouldn't flood the school. Well, whenever it gets full, it comes back into the yard. And my whole yard, I mean, you couldn't even see it. And it was going over the road, and my neighbor across the street, he said within an hour, if it didn't stop raining, he was going to get flooded out.
So what we've got here is a really, again, the homeowners say that this flooding is partially, if not entirely, due to the fact that they've got a retention pond for the elementary school right next to their home. And you can also see just how much, what happens when that water recedes. You can see over this small little ATV. I guess it's a kid's ATV, right?
Yeah, it was actually next to the house. Like, that log was in front of the house, in between the trees, and it just come, I mean, it was everywhere last night.
Also wanted to show you this kid's bike that's just covered in debris and leaves right here as well. And your lawnmower over here also covered in debris and leaves. Just a lot of stuff. What else do we see in the home? Or is there anything else?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of it. I'm sorry. Like,
Take us through whatever you wanted to show us.
You can't really see in there, I don't have much light, but I mean, in my kids' room, you can actually see on their beds where the water level was. It come up here to my kids' bed on their water level.
Oh yeah. This is a kid's room. How many kids in here usually?
I have 4 boys in here and then a little girl in her room.
Okay. So basically the water got about a foot in here. I'll see if I can just shoot back that away. Man, oh man. How long have you guys lived in this property next to
A year.
A year.
And I mean, like I said, stuff was floating everywhere, so it's kind of destroyed. But and then my daughter's room, you can see on her, it's kind of dark in here.
Let me see if we can open a window in here.
See right here, I got my light.
Okay.
This is where the water level was in my daughter's room.
Oh wow.
And we come in here trying to see what we could try to save.
Can you? Is there a lot that you can save?
There's a lot that we can't save, like their clothes. I mean, it's just material stuff. I just thank God my kids wasn't here, because usually we're asleep by the time when it happened. We're asleep, and I just thank God that my kids wasn't here and we wasn't here and we were safe.
Yeah. So when this happened, you said you weren't in the home?
We weren't even at home. We were on our way home, and we seen that a bunch of the neighborhood, the bunch of the houses in the neighborhood was flooded. And I just got this sick feeling in my stomach. And when we pulled up, I seen a Saraland right there. When you get to the driveway, you can see our house. And you could just see the water. It was going over the road, and there was a cop sitting there in front of the house. And he was like, it done it within an hour and a half from the time it started raining. And it's every time that fills up, it comes into our yard, but it's never flooded.
Do you have renter's insurance?
No.
Oh, shucks. I also wanted to, we're looking at one home in this damage. I've been going around for like the last hour looking for damage. I mean, the worst of it I've seen is this home so far. Everywhere else that I've visited, we've seen basically damage that just amounts to maybe flooding in somebody's backyard, but nothing to this level here, because you've got a whole basically people that were a family that was renting this home that essentially you guys have to move out. Is that the gist of it?
Yes, they're gonna. I don't know what they're gonna do, but we cannot live here because it got to our electricals, the electric sockets. It got to all that, so we're got to start tomorrow getting everything out and seeing what we have left and what we don't.
We're basically physically, you guys are okay.
Oh, physically, yes. No, thank God. That's all I worried about. It's material stuff that can be replaced.
We're looking again, in case anyone's wondering where exactly we are. We are in Saraland. I'm at a home that is, I don't know if you can see it from right here. I can see it with the naked eye, but basically that is the billboard back behind those woods of Saraland Elementary School. So to give you an idea of where we are at a home that is right next to the elementary school. People are asking also flooding elsewhere, Shelton Beach Estate. Yeah, there was a lot of flooding there, but in terms of homes that were damaged, I was unable to find a physical home structure that was damaged in that area. Now, I talked to a lot of homeowners in that area who said, look, all right, we made it through this one, but looking under the creek bridge in Shelton Beach Estates, there was some debris in that creek area underneath the bridge, stuck under the bridge. There's a possibility that could contribute to flooding issues later, especially if we have more rain right now. But what we're looking at right at this second is arguably the worst of the damage that I have seen so far thus far. In fact, you can see how high it got on this air conditioning unit right there. See the water line where that is. Also on this toolbox by the back door of the home as well, to kind of put this all in perspective. So arguably this is the worst of what we've seen so far. We've also been told that there's been flooding in Satsuma. I have not been up that way as of yet. We'll try to make a call up there to see if we can get more information on that. But we're dealing with a somewhat unique set of circumstances right here in that this home was apparently near a retention pond, so that may have contributed to the flooding that we are seeing right here. Really a lot of it right now. In fact, let's go back out front just for a second. Actually, why don't we walk around instead of going back through.
Yeah, you can see on the trees, even on the trees where the water line was at, right there on the side of the house.
Mm-hmm. And you can see along the brick of this house here is the water line as well. How high that got, my goodness.
And that's drainage right there. That's where the drain, all that drain leads in from all these neighborhoods, and it's clogged up, as you can see.
Okay, so the drainage ditch that runs along the culvert really in front of your house.
Yeah, you see, there's the pipe right there that comes out, and it's supposed to go in that little culvert right there.
Yeah, you've got culvert here and a lot of debris that's in there that could have also contributed to just the water retention that we're seeing at this point. But what we're looking at here is basically just a film covering. There should be grass. There you go. There's the grass that's normally there, but all we're looking at now is just grass clippings, debris, anything that's just settled after this water has receded. In fact, you can still see some standing water on this piece of property as well. Do you know if your neighbors got flooded too?
No, I don't know. They didn't say that. When we come up, they have a little bit of water in their yard, but like I said, the neighbor across the street, he said within an hour, if it didn't stop raining, he was going to get flooded out.
Again, we are on a the home really that is most adjacent to Saraland Elementary School, really receiving a brunt of flooding damage here. Really is a mess that these folks are going to have to be dealing with for a while right now. We're also going to be heading out to other areas, seeing what we can see for right now, but that is one of the concerns that a lot of homeowners have is, you know, we're going to get more rain. Is there potential for more flooding and for this to repeat itself in the next couple of days? Again, people are asking where we are. We are at a home. This is
McHugh Avenue.
McHugh Avenue, right next to Saraland Elementary School, and we'll have more on this later on News 5. For now, on News 5's Chad Petrie reporting from Saraland.